Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. In this video, our groups will presentation the material about writing a research background and writing a research problem, a research objective, and significance. So, let's get started.
Hello everyone, my name is Entin Agustina with student number 2010-2050-03.
Hello guys, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Naifa Meylia with student number 2020-2050-33.
Hello, I am Nyimas Maharani Shalima with student number 2010-2050-05.
My name is Chayatie Ambar Sari. My student ID number 2010-2050-06.
Alright, here I will explain the first material. It's about writing a research background. Alright, there are 3 steps in writing a research background. First, describe the research topic. It means when we want to write a research background, the first step we should do is describe a research topic. Here, we should to explain the reason why we choose that topic, what interest led to choosing these variables, and also need to write a background based on the phenomenon that happening in the field. Second, identify the problems exist. It means when we identify the problem exists, we don't pick an object that doesn't raise a problem. This step help us to determine what steps to take in our research. And the last is explain the weaknesses of the previous studies. In this part, we used to make a difference with previous research. When we write the weaknesses of previous studies, the first we must pay attention to make the study more beneficial in answering the weaknesses of previous research, and also explain the theoretical assumption. After that, we can use the same research object or other cases to make a comparison. Alright, I think that's all for my explanation. The next material will be explained by Nur Fadillah. For Nur, the time is yours.
I will explain my material about for a quantitative research background. A quantitative research background is that first outline the background. The following is an example of the steps for creating a background for quantitative correlation research. 1. Define a topic and Twitter. 2. Create a frame of mind by determining the main idea or main idea for each paragraph. 3. Place the paper's title's primary concept in the final paragraph.
Problem limitations. So guys, to make problem limitations must based on consideration, namely, the first is intent and attentions of researcher, the second is the available of the material, and the last is the complexity of the basic assumptions and field studies carried out. And then the identifications and formulations of the problem and the formulated the research question. The next is research problem. Everyone, the problem formulation have several sections, from why to how questions. which relate to the research topic. What is problem formulations? The problem formulations is a short essay containing questions about the topic raised by the authors. So, with the formulation of the problems, the author tries to find the answers to the questions raised. Several questions words used in formulating the problems are why and how because they open up opportunities for in-depth research. Other questions words can still be used in writing a research problem. Formulation of the problems could help researcher to keep doing research under the corridor or research path. Problem formulations contains the following characteristic, that is, it is in the form of integrative sentence. The second, it contains short, concise, and straightforward questions. And the third, it contains research values. And the last is, it directs readers to think about the topic discussed. The problems raised are the following research capabilities. Finally, it guides in conducting research activities.
Alright, for the first point of my explanation, I am going to tell you about research objective. Well, simply, objective means the purpose, aim, or what is the research for. Generally, the aim of research is to show the result or outcome from the research problem by using instrument. If the research method is qualitative, the result will be a new insight and research upgrade from the old one. Then, if the research method is quantitative, the result will be a conclusion from the data. How about this method? Well, if the research method is mixed, the result will be a conclusion from the data with further description. For the three methods, I will explain it in more depth at the end. Now, we go to the research objective formulation. As you can see on the screen, objective indicate the research intention to find solution to the stated research challenge. It means the formulation of research objective is to find the solution from the research problem. Next, let me continue to research object development. Let us define development here as how we build our research. Okay, there are 3 points as highlighted in the screen. First, identify problem. Quantitative method starts to identify the problem with what questions. For instance, what is the correlation between critical thinking and reading achievement? For qualitative method, it starts to identify the problem with how questions. For example, how is the teacher's perspective about flipped learning method? Second, problem formulation. Yes, it relates with the first point, identify problem. When we have identified the problem, we will know how to formulate it by having research objective. We will get our purpose for doing the research because we know what the problem is. So the research objective must answer the research problem or problem formulation. Last but not least, research method. This one also relates with the previous result point. From the research objective, we will know which method that we are going to use, who will be the research subject, and what kind of data collection technique that we are going to use to gain the research objective. Alright, next we have research objective characteristic. Firstly, accordance with content of the problem formulation and research objective, it simply means research objective must answer the research problem. Secondly, as a reference by other authors who have the same research problem. Well, it shows that previous study or having literature review is really important for the reference. Thirdly or lastly, to be the core idea of research. Core idea here means the point. So the research objective must highlight the overall research, or let us say the research objective as a key. Okay, last but not least explanation from me is about the research method objective, which I believe most of you familiar with this three. First, qualitative method. Qualitative means there is no number inside. It is about the phenomena as the main discussion, participant as the research subject, and the research setting. Generally, qualitative method talks about perception and case study. Second, quantitative method. Generally, it will bring us into experimental, survey, and correlational. If qualitative method has participant, quantitative method has population and sample as the research subject.
The objective of mixed method research. So there are three purposes of mixed method research. First, the overall of research benefits. The second, all aspects, both from the qualitative or quantitative, are discussed. And then the third, the reason of mixing qualitative and quantitative research method for the examine the research problem. Okay guys, if you want to use this method, you have to state it in your introductions, because your readers have to understand about this method. Okay, and then the second material, it's about research significance. The definition of research significance, it is the form of the benefit or usefulness of research design. And the benefit, it can be in the development of program or development of science. And there are two types of research benefits. First, theoretical or academic, and the second, practical or applicative. For the theoretical or academic, it means the resulting benefit in the theoretical aspects or in the development of science. And then for the practical or applicative, it means the resulting benefits in practical aspects or the development of program that aim for students, for government, and then for community.
Alright guys, that is the presentation from our groups. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.